Hi everyone, thanks for checking another InfoSec Hub video, and we are back with my video series, A Day in the Life. And this week I want to talk about the PDCA cyclist, so Plan, Do, Check, Act, and how to start. One of the clients that I'm working for now, we started last summer with an internal audit just to see where they are when it comes to the NEN, which is based on ISO, to see how far they are. So do you have policies in place? What does HR do? What does IT do? All these people and departments that are involved, what do they do? And for instance, let's go to policies. When you have information security policies, is it still active? Is it enforced? Is it re-evaluated? So the NEN has about 93 control mechanisms, and for all of those mechanisms you also need to have evidence. So if you say you have a policy, then show me the policy. If you say we allow private devices, do you have a bring your own device policy? You do have policies, fine. Then show me IT-wise how it is enforced. So with all these kind of controls, you want to have evidence as well for an auditor. And when you have policies or when you have evidence, you want to reevaluate that on a yearly basis to see if you're still in charge or you're still in control. Well, one of the things that we are doing now, which is a quality management system, I suppose, is Zenya. That is, they have a compliance and they have a risk module inside. For one of the two clients that I'm working for now, I have to reevaluate. So I'm going through all the steps, and hopefully next week I can tell you more, because I started with this week. So we go back a little bit. We zoom out. We had an internal audit. We have audit findings, and we put them into there are two categories there. Those are non-critical findings. They are critical but not critical, so you cannot get it anymore, the certification. It's established that the PDCA cycle is moving but not actively. Difficult to explain in English. But what we're doing now, these audit findings, we put them in a register, we assigned people to them, and now for each finding, we are going to make a plan. Let's say, for instance, change management. Change management is not only about people, but mostly about systems. New updates, how do you update them? Are they being tested? Also, when they acquire new software, is privacy and security at the back of the mind of the people who do purchase software? If not, how are we going to make sure that it's incorporated in each step when they buy software, for instance? When somebody asks a change, does it go to a request for change form? Is there a change advisory board to see that all the critical applications follow certain guidelines? They're being properly tested before put to production. They go through this whole checklist. That's change management. It's not in place yet. It's not enforced yet. We need to do that. So that involves cooperation between multiple people, talking to IT, talking to the users, defining key users. It's a whole array of things that we need to do. And what I'm working towards is that I fill the risk module and the compliance module. Now it's the end of January, and I need to have this handled by the end of May. So I have about 16 weeks to fill these modules and to go over with HR, with IT, with application managers to see that this, is put to place. And that this is enforced and how we can do this. So that's what I'm doing at one place. So starting from an internal audit findings, putting these audit findings together, assigning people to it, and then making plans on how to implement it and push and pull and see how we can do this in what kind of time frame. That's one approach. The other approach is another client I start working in November. There is a CISO there already for 2.5 years. Things are moving. They have weekly talks with COP, Change Advisory Board, and they have weekly talks with IT, and only topics that are security related and that are related to IT. So we have these things in place. We also have monthly talks with HR. There's a bigger structure there in place. And what they want to do at the end of the year, they want to do a pre-audit. So before the actual certification audit, to go for certification, of course, we want to do a pre-audit to see what is still lacking, what's the gap between where we are now and where we need to be for certification. And the certification audit will be done in Q1 next year. So that's also that's a different assignment. It's also nice. We didn't do an internal audit yet, but we will do a pre-audit and then go for the certification audit. And I have to say, based on my experience, this client is way further in the process. More people are involved. There is a structure basis when it comes to these meetings. Everyone is involved. Everything is put on paper. And now I'm making an agenda for every Monday that I have talks with the IT, because that's where I start. When you look at the ISO and the NEN and the cybersecurity laws, NIS2, a lot of those things are technical, so I need to be in IT, but security is not an IT thing. It goes through, it's a culture, right? It also involves HR, for instance, application managers, IT managers, you name it. Everyone that is involved in the company that has something to do with data, with information that need to be protected, either under the GDPR privacy guidelines or the ISO NEN standards. So this is basically what I'm doing. In the next couple of chapters, I will talk more about Zenya and how to interact with that system, how to assign people, how to reevaluate documents, how to put out actions to people. And I'm not sure how much I can show on screen, but I will see that I'll give you a few examples. Maybe I need to blur out some parts of my screen. I do want to show you some real life examples, but I shouldn't show you too much because it's all, confident information basically. So I'll see what I can do and I'll keep you guys updated. And I hope you find it interesting to hear what I'm doing on a weekly basis. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.